Hello YouTube. This week I've got the keys to a 2017 Toyota Corolla IM. Let's take a look and go for a drive. So this model came out last year, 2016, as a Scion IM, but Toyota has killed the Scion brand and renamed this car the Corolla IM. So let's take a look. It's a pretty sharp looking car, especially in this blue. It even has some body panels underneath, under the bumper, kind of skirts to make it look even sportier. Of course, Scion brand is dead, so they've made this the Corolla now. It doesn't really share too many things with the Corolla, at least on the interior. The chassis and that, I'm not sure. The engine is the same. It's a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. Let's take a look in the back here. So it's a hatchback. If you used to own or liked the Toyota Matrix, this is basically the replacement for that. Except the Matrix was a lot bigger on the inside in terms of cargo capacity. This is more of a sporty kind of hatchback, more modernized. You've got a nice tonneau cover. This is all included. This is a base model with the CVT transmission. There's a little bit of storage underneath this flimsy cover here. And the seats do flip down 60-40, and I'll go to the side to show that. But as you can see, it's not massive, but it's a good size for everyday kind of use. There is a backup camera here as well, which is standard. This vehicle is $25,000. That's all the fees included. That's Canadian, and all the fees included, except for taxes, of course. Let's go into the back. I'll show the flip-down seats, which are almost flat. So it's almost flat, not perfectly flat, but they'd consider that a flat seat. And there is an armrest as well in the 60 part with 2 cup holders. And everything's nice and light and easy to use. Get into the back. There's a good amount of legroom. It's compact car size, so it's not huge. There's map pockets on both seats. This front seat is at my driving position, and I'm 5'8", so I've got room. If you're 6'2", though, you're going to be a little bit tight. As you can see on this side, it's a little bit tight over here. But the back seats are comfortable. There's not that much headroom. I've got maybe that much room. There you go. So 2.5 inches of space on the top. And there's nothing exciting back here. There's a cup holder in the door, which is nice, and there's speakers. That cup holder is actually a pretty convenient spot. It says do not put cups in it though, because they'll spill, but you can put bottles in it. Of course, everybody wants to see what it looks like from the driver's seat. Seats have some nice stitching on them. It's all manual adjusting. No power on this, no power seats on this car. Automatic transmission, as I said, it's a CVT. I'll get the keys out here, I'll turn it on. There you go. On the steering wheel, there is lane departure warning settings, so it comes with that standard. And also on the left here, there's a collision detection standard as well. Pre-collision alert system, which you can adjust 3 different settings for distances. On the main screen here, you've got your trip information and fuel consumption, your lane departure information and messages, and then there's a bunch of settings. You can change metric or imperial on the units and that. On your radio, it's a touch screen radio, which I'm not a huge fan of, but there are buttons as well, so you can kind of use these buttons to move around, which is nice. AM, FM, and your Bluetooth and AHA. I guess you have to have your phone connected, which I don't yet. Under settings, You've got your, of course, your Bluetooth settings to turn your to sync your phone. And you can turn the screen off, which is nice. It's really nice whenever it's dark to be able to turn the screen completely off. Under vehicle, you can choose which vehicle this is. It's either an IM, an 86, a CHR, or other. So I guess they use the same system in all of the Scion branded cars, which are now Toyota branded. So if you like the piano black, that's up to you. I don't like it just because it gets super dusty. This whole kind of section looks kind of weird because it's flat, but it does look nice in the fact that they've got this white kind of leather trim here. It's probably not leather, but it feels kind of like soft fake leather. And as well down here, we've got a nice kind of fake leather, only on the driver's side. On the passenger side, it's all plastic, but here, so you can, if you can hear that, it's plastic on the passenger side, but kind of soft on the driver's side. Just move this down so we get a better view in here. So in here we've got heated seats, 12-volt power adapter, and USB and auxiliary audio input, as well as a little space for your phone or something like that. Traction control, and we've got a sport mode button down here. 2 cup holders, and a storage bin, which is actually 2-level, but the first level is very small, and this is a pretty small armrest / storage bin. There are also cup holders in the door here, and automatic headlights. So last night I left those headlights on and the car didn't beep at me. So you can leave it in auto, or you can just leave them on, and when you shut the car off, the lights will turn off apparently, because the battery was not dead this morning. So that's the interior of the 2017 Corolla IM. Let's take a look under the hood. So under the hood, we've got your 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. Nothing fancy to look at. Well, let's go for a drive and see what this thing's like. The first thing you'll notice when you accelerate with that CVT transmission, it just kind of hums along. There's not very much power at 137 horsepower out of that 1.8 liter engine. The CVT does help though once you're moving. Once you get up to speed, I'm going 80 kilometers an hour now, it shifts to about 1500 RPM and it really cruises along effortlessly. So the CVT transmission and the engine do work well together. Now this car does have winter tires on it, so it is a little bit noisier. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for that. But it's about on par with the average compact car. The Corolla is one of the quietest compact cars on the market. So I'm sure this one is similar in design to that. It's a super windy day, and in terms of wind noise, there really isn't much. So if you get out on the highway in this car, you'll be quite pleased actually as it hums along. The only complaint I've had so far is that droning of the CVT on acceleration. Because the engine's not super powerful, the CVT transmission kind of rears its ugly head. Driving in kind of a city scenario here. As you can see, we've got a lot of snow in the Ottawa region. Again, it's a never-ending thing this year. The roads are kind of icy. But the suspension is really nice. There's a little rattle, though, coming from the glove box area. Now, as I turn in here, you can feel, it's kind of funny. I haven't driven a front-wheel drive car in the winter in quite a while. Most of the vehicles I drive are all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, and driving a front-wheel drive car, you can really feel it plow, which is, it kind of pushes out and understeers on the street in the snow. Everything you see here, as I mentioned, is $25,000 Canadian. It's including all the fees, so you just have to add taxes onto that. You get cruise control, dual zone climate control, and heated seats, which is nice. It's not super feature rich, this car, but you do also have a backup camera, and you have lane departure warning if you're into that, and you have collision avoidance. As well, included, of course, is stability control and ABS, which is useful on streets like this. If you stop, you can turn off the traction control, turn off the stability control. So let's see what happens with the stability and traction control turned off, to see if it's completely off or if it kicks in. Oh, it's completely off, which is nice. And it really lets you slide the car around. Well, that's fun. All right, accelerate hard. And it's not super exciting. So the 0 to 60 on this car, 0 to 60 miles an hour, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, is around 10 seconds. So it's not a very fast car, but it'll get you to work and back, and it'll get you to do your groceries. If I don't seem super excited about it, it's not that I don't think this is a good car. It actually is a really nice car. It drives really nice. The suspension's really nice. It's quiet. It's just not exciting. It'll get you to work and back. It'll probably be dead reliable. It's got a somewhat nice interior. It's pretty basic, but it's also only $25,000. If you're watching this from the US, it's I believe $19,000 US for this car. So you're looking at a basic compact car with a hatchback for a lot of space. You fold down those seats, you can put a lot of stuff in there. Let's take one last walk around at the 2017 Corolla IM. It's a pretty sharp looking car. It seems to handle okay, although in the snowy conditions it's quite a bit of understeer and the traction control was quite active. But it does have that nice manual handbrake that I enjoy to have a little bit of fun. It's not super powerful, so it's not super fast, but it drives okay on the highway, and in the city it seems to be peppy enough. The only thing it's missing is the passing power on secondary roads. There you have it, 2017 Toyota Corolla IM. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to bring you a car every couple weeks for your enjoyment.